Welcome back, fans, for another video of 10 action figures chosen at random from my shelves. We're going to be covering 5 good guys and 5 bad guys. These are going to be Marvel Legends and one from, I believe, the Hulk Classic line. And there they are. Some awesome, great figures to look at today. Okay, starting off is going to be Ghost Rider. This is a classic design. I would say this is the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. Could be Danny Ketch, I guess. But what a great looking Ghost Rider. It's really, really good. Really like the flames. I really like that the jaw is hinged, so you can move his mouth open or closed. I kind of like that screaming look there, using the Penance Stare to burn the souls of evildoers. That's a very good Ghost Rider figure. Okay, moving on. Moon Knight. Moon Knight's a cool character. And this is not his classic costume. This is a more modern update of Moon Knight. I'm much more a fan of the classic Moon Knight outfit. And I have those, of course. I have all these figures they put out. I get them all. But it looks good. I like the way it looks. Just that it's not my favorite costume. That's a good-looking Moon Knight. There he is. All right, one of my favorite Avengers. I really like Simon Williams' Wonder Man, they call him. And he's had many, many different costume iterations over the years. And this is from that like late 80s. This is from the West Coast Avengers. And it's cool. So to have these little jets right here that make him fly. He can't fly on his own, I believe. So I like him. He's a being composed of pure energy. Supposedly, I guess, immortal because of that. And that's a cool costume. It's not my favorite Wonder Man costume, but it's a good one. And I like being able to put together a display of characters that looks like from that time period back in the late 80s, early 90s. And you definitely need that costume if you want to do that for the West Coast Avengers. Okay, so sometimes when they came out with 2 heads, I'll go ahead and show both of them. And this is one that I just recently picked up. This is a Walmart exclusive, Star-Lord. This is what Star-Lord looked like when he first appeared. His first appearance was in a black and white magazine. And that's what he was wearing. That's his outfit. And I think it's really cool. I really like this outfit. It looks very neat to me. And it's a cool figure. This was a Walmart exclusive. And I waited forever for this thing to go on sale. Because it was like 34 bucks. And I knew it would go down. And it did. So when it did, I went ahead and grabbed a couple of them. And so I went ahead and put on the Star-Lord head from a Marvel Legends Star-Lord Guardians of the Galaxy figure on there. So I guess you could say that's what it looks like, sometimes. So I like that. I like that I got both of them. I like that they both look really, really good on my shelf. Okay. So in the same vein, this is the same figure with 2 different heads. And this is the Sentry. I believe this was a Walgreens exclusive. And so I got 2 on sale. And so I could display both the heads. And there he is. Very, very bright costume. Really like that. Really pops on your shelf. It looks great. And there he is. Get a close-up of his face there. Okay, so I know he's got the void inside of him, but I'm not really quite sure what this head has to do with the Sentry, unless that's some kind of version of the void. But it does look cool. So it looks cool enough for me to get another figure and put it on display with that face. So I like it. There is the Sentry. Okay, moving along to Morg, the bad guys. So he came packaged with Galactus, the HasLab Galactus. He came, there's the box. I used the box as the background. I bought 2 Galactuses, so I have 2 boxes. So there's Morg, one of the heralds of Galactus, a ruthless murderer, a butcher, I guess you'd call him. And this is a cool figure. I never thought I'd get a Morg, so here he is. My only complaint with Morg is I think he's on the small side. I think he should be taller, a little more bulky, but the detail on this figure is just incredible. Especially that skin, the texture that they put on him is really, really good. And he looks spot on, and he looks just like Morg from the comics. So I really like that. He's a really, really well done figure. Like I said, my only complaint is I think he should be a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier. Okay, I've waited for the Molecule Man for a very long time. I've wanted him for years and years and years. We finally got him, and I think he's a good figure. So probably one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe, Owen Reese, the Beyonder. Very, very cool figure, and it looks very close to the comics. You have these effects on his hands. Of course, he could take them off, but I kind of like showing him using his molecule power. So I've been wanting him for so long, so, put together a Secret Wars display. You need him for sure. I love issue number 4 of the Secret Wars, where he drops a mountain range on the heroes, and it shows the Hulk holding up the mountain and all the heroes laying at the Hulk's feet. And the cover said it all. It said under 4.5 billion tons stands the Hulk, and he's not happy. Great issue. Check it out. Okay, so here we have a Build-A-Figure. It's a very cool Build-A-Figure. This is the controller, and I think it's a great-looking figure. I like the different paint application on it, the light blue, a little bit darker blue, and then you have this almost a metallic finish there. They got the face spot on, and you got the controllers there in his hand. He gets that on your neck, and you are his slave, and he steals your power. So he started off as a Iron Man villain and moved on to the Avengers, who worked for Thanos. And it's funny because he looks like Thanos. I mean, his body looks like Thanos. You could basically use this body and put a different face on there, and that would be Thanos. So it's a really, really good figure, though. I like this Build-A-Figure. And it looks good on the shelf, and I think it's on the cheaper side, actually. It's not that expensive as a Build-A-Figure. So there he is, the controller. Looks good. Okay, the next, we have the Lizard. Very cool figure. Looks great. He's big, he's bulky, he looks almost like a dinosaur. Reminds me more of a raptor, really. My only complaint of this figure is that you really can't stand him up, just the way his legs are. This is basically as far as he can stand up. And so you got to really use that tail to help balance him. You can get him up on his tippy toes in a different pose, but it's not very stable. But for a Lizard figure, if you want one that looks more like a dinosaur, then that's your figure. It's really good. All right. The Lizard. Now, this is a cool figure. One of my favorites. I've loved this guy ever since I had him. This is the Mecha Hulk, and it was created by this little guy. This is actually like a double figure. The Gargoyle, they call him. This opens up in the back, pops open, and he slips down inside of it. And so basically you get 2 figures for the price of 1. And I think, believe it, back in the day, this humongous figure was less than $10. And he just looks, he looks fantastic. Look at this thing. I mean, it looks like it could actually go toe-to-toe with the Hulk. And it's actually pretty articulated. The hands, the fingers all move on it. It's basically almost like a Hulk Buster that the Gargoyle, supposedly a very super intelligent being, has created to fight with the Hulk. And there it is. I think this is actually quite an expensive figure nowadays to get on the secondary market. But if you can find it fairly cheap, my gosh, pick this thing up as soon as you can. And hopefully it'll have the little gargoyle figure in there with it. He does, his arms do move, his head moves. So I guess he is articulated a little bit. But he's a kind of a cool little figure. And if you want a complete Marvel Legends collection, you need that little guy there too. All right, guys. So there we go. There's the 10 random action figures for today. I hope you've been liking my videos, and I hope that you'll take the time to check out some of the other ones that I've put together for you. All right, take care.